Your goals might be weight loss, nutrition, or just overall health, or just making plain old food that tastes better. Either way, this video and Miss A are going to help you with that. To be perfectly blunt, I'm pretty terrible in the kitchen if it's not pasta or stir fry, and this has meant that for a long time now I've been using the Google Smart Displays and their incredible recipe feature, but that's why Amazon's recent partnership with the Food Network is actually very interesting and free. Now, I've shown you a number of times on the channel how to change your account over to a US account, and that gives you access to things like this. But if you're an Echo Show or an Echo Show 8 owner, existing or you're going to purchase in the next while, well, you can get access to this free for a year subscription to the Food Network skill. And this skill is actually really comprehensive. You have everything from live classes, and I can't wait till I see Giada on the first live class because, I mean, Italian food. There are also entire cooking classes available on this service and some of the shows available from the Food Network, so you can get Gordon Ramsay yelling at you for messing up the recipe. And speaking of those recipes, you can actually save recipes within this skill. And you can't just go and cook and then assume you're going to be healthy because, quite frankly, you're going to be making a sundae most of the time, aren't you? Now, what you can do is ask for a nutrition tip or the wellness tip of the day. And that wellness tip is coming from some pretty trusted resources like the Mayo Clinic or the CDC. Now, let's pretend you actually did cook something and supper is close to ready and you want to get your kids home from wherever they are. Well, there's a new feature actually within announcements on these devices that allows a notification to go out to all of the phones that have been connected to that account. Now, that means they'll actually get a notification showing up with the words of whatever you've said in the announcement. And if they happen to be home and they're near a speaker, an Echo speaker or Miss A in general, well, then they can actually just ask Miss A to reply to your message and tell you that they're not coming up for supper because they're a moody teenager. If you've been following the channel for a while, then you've seen some of our home tours that we do, and we used Zoom on those, and actually going to be able to use Zoom on the Amazon Echo Show series of products later this year. The one thing I'm really excited about with this is the fact that if you've linked in your calendar, then you're going to be able to automatically get your meeting to start hands-free. I've been playing with the new application quite a bit, and there's things I like and there's things I don't like. And, you know, one of the things I'm not in love with here is the fact that whenever I go into a list of my smart home devices, I'm basically having to scroll to the bottom of a set of them, and then it loads the next set. And while I understand that Amazon was trying to make all of these load screens a little quicker, and they have done that, now I'm having to wait hundreds of times for lots of devices. So we're not quite hitting the mark there. But I do like the new hands-free mode, or the capability of actually just using the wake word within the application. You can go and enable this now within the app on the home screen in a lot of cases if you haven't already done that. Now, on top of that, I've really found some interesting things within routines. Drop-in notifications are an interesting action, and they basically send you a notification, and when you tap on it, it's going to, if you're on your phone, it's going to take you right to the communication tab. So basically it's telling you to go and drop in on someone at a certain time of day. And I've seen the ability to actually execute all of my routines on just about every device type, everything from the Echo Buds or the Echo Frames that I have here, and even the Wise Band appears able to execute all of these, and the Fire TVs. When you first bring home an Echo Dot or an Echo Show and you go into the application, you've got everything all set up, well, One of the things that tends to confuse people is routines, and that's what Amazon has addressed with their new featured routines. Now, these can be enabled by voice or they can be enabled inside of the application, and then they will be added to your list of routines. Now, they are pre-created, and so they give you some structure around what they're going to do, but then you can go ahead and edit all of these routines after you've enabled them. If you've ever felt like Miss A was a bit shorthanded when we talked about maps or news or content in general, well, then prepare to have your mind blown. You're now able to ask Miss A about the longest road in any country, or you can ask about the date it was built or where these highways go. You can also enable NPR or Fox News within your news briefing set. And on the Fire TVs, you're going to find a ton of new live content from YouTube TV, Sling TV, or Hulu Live, all within that tab and available for you now. What's the longest road in Canada?
According to Wikidata, the longest road in Canada is Nova Scotia Trunk 14.
Navigate me to the Statue of Liberty.
Currently, traffic to Statue of Liberty at 1 Liberty Island looks pretty clear.
And although I'm pretty upset that the NHL highlights aren't here, those of you who love basketball and baseball will be really happy to find these new highlight capabilities for the NBA playoffs and MLB. And that's some absolutely great free content there that you can get. And speaking of free, Spotify Free has been expanded in many more countries. And of course, you can listen to that on any of the Miss A enabled devices, including your Echo Buds, which I do want you to make sure is updated, or else. But more seriously, they could absolutely overheat. So make sure you do have those updated as far as they can be. I have loved the Echo Auto since I showed you guys it on the channel here, and we've seen it slowly expand to other countries. France is the most recent country, and actually there's a really interesting version. Spanish in the US is now available. I kid you not, I've been able to get my kid to do chores lately, and that's through what is called Chore Charts, and you can find this within the Blueprints website there, and you can customize what chores they have to do on any given day of the week, and they can track it within the skill so that you know when they've accomplished something, and you can kind of track what you have to do too, and maybe pass that on to your kids. But anyways, that is part of the Blueprint capability, which has been expanded to Italy, Spain, and Mexico recently. I have one of the Fire tablets sitting on my wall in the kitchen, and it's an amazing display. It gives you access to Miss A right on it, just like any other Echo speaker. And then I have action tiles on it connected to my Samsung SmartThings. Now, what has been going on for a while is that was Android 7.1, or what they called Fire OS 6. And now they've actually updated the 2018 models and beyond to what is essentially Android 9 and or Fire OS 7. Now we have to stop and talk about Paul Hibbert for a moment. I think he's made a mistake somewhere here and has caused Amazon to pull the Guard service in the UK. So this has actually been removed, and no, it's not really Paul's fault, but he was quite upset when the Guard service went away. And I'm sure many of you were, but Amazon was offering a pretty simple remuneration for the loss of that capability. Now, it's really based on privacy laws, guys, and we're going to see this, I think, happen a few more times as countries really tighten up their privacy laws. My best friend Nathan Fillion is one of the voices in a new RPG on Echo speakers, but really Amazon has really changed how their Echo Show devices can be used for games as well. And I recently showed this Words with Friends game on the channel in the video that you're seeing up on screen, which details some of the biggest changes that are slated to come to Miss A and the voice assistant and the ecosystem in general. So go check that out. Otherwise, guys, thanks for watching. And of course, don't hate, automate.